have you noticed there's like no resources for like how to do basic things on Rumble? Let's do a tutorial for Rumble Studio. I'm Gus, by the way. It's nice to meet you. Let's get into this thing. Leave your questions in the comments below, and I'll maybe make more tutorials. I don't know. Let's find out. Rumble Studio 101. This is how to use all the stuff, all the things. We're going to be super fast, no delaying, all the usual things in all the usual places. I won't insult your intelligence. Let's get to it. First things first, pull up Rumble, sign into your account. You're going to click the little green icon up top here and click Rumble Studio. Okay. Going to ask you to sign in again. Rumble Studio is a separate sort of thing here. So sign in to your Rumble Studio account. Okay. There are a handful of different ways that Rumble Studio can be used. I'm showing how to use the direct RTMP option, and that's because this routes directly through your OBS. So you don't need to change anything about your streaming settings. You don't need to go back and reinvent the wheel and all of your alerts and all of your scenes and all of everything you've already done for streaming. This is already baked in. You use all of your existing assets for OBS. Simple, okay? So direct RTMP, click that. It's gonna ask if you wanna use a template from any of the other stuff you've already created. I already have, so why not? We'll use one. This is going to carry over the video descriptions and stuff that I've used elsewhere. I'm actually not going to use any of this anyhow, so I don't need that. So for this, I need ad campaigns right now. I'm not gonna worry about that. Streaming platforms, scheduling, all of this is what we're gonna use. First things first, you need to get the encoder details from this section, okay? You can forget the rest of this right now because if you don't have the encoder details set up, it doesn't matter. So right here, down here, you see this encoder details. Go here, click the little up caret, okay? This URL and this stream key are what you need in OBS Studio, okay? So next step is to take that information over to OBS. Okay, you've got all of your encoder details from Rumble Studio. Now we're gonna go apply them to OBS. Sorry, normally this is in a vertical, this is on vertical screen with way more docs, but I simplified things so you're not seeing quite so much madness. So okay, go to your settings here, go to your stream settings. You've got the encoder URL. I've already got mine in place, but replace that right there with the encoder URL from Rumble Studio. Then you're gonna take your stream key, highlight this, paste the new one in place of it, hit apply. That stream key will be different if you create a new RTMP room. Right now, everything will push through OBS, from Rumble Studio through OBS, now that you've got that in place, all right? There's a couple more quirks to this, just so you know what you're looking at. We're gonna get to that next. Okay, back in Rumble Studio, we just used these encoder details. Now we can minimize that. We don't need those anymore. In fact, if you keep using this same RTMP room, you will never need to change that again, all right? Now you know how to do it, but that's a one and done. After that, you choose the platforms that you want to push to from Rumble Studio, okay? I push to Twitch and to YouTube both. There are others included in here. You scroll down within this space here, use your scroll wheel, and you can see other options. If you are going to push to Kick, you'll need to add a new destination using custom RTMP. So if you're gonna push to Kick or anywhere that's not locally included in this, this is how you do it, okay? That's not part of this tutorial though. So we're gonna go back. Okay, I'm using Twitch and YouTube. They're both selected. That's that. Next thing is all of the stream details. First, thumbnail. Get a thumbnail for your video because on the platforms that allow for thumbnails, this will push that thumbnail to each of them, okay? What we're setting up here is gonna go to each of the platforms. Twitch does not have thumbnails, as you probably know, so this will not apply to Twitch. But places like Rumble and YouTube that do allow for stream thumbnails, this thumbnail will apply, okay? First things first, click upload image here, grab your thumbnail that you're using. All right, now you're gonna choose your category. For me, sometimes that's gaming, sometimes that's podcast. Scroll down on here, choose which one, okay? Depending on what it is you're doing. So if it were an Apex night, choose gaming. Subcategory, Apex Legends. There, voila. You don't have to choose categories, secondary category if you don't want to, but this primary category you should select, okay? And these will only be for Rumble. Next, title, choose a title here. We're gonna say, use this stream title, Night 2 of Rumble 101, okay? This title, again, is gonna push to everywhere that can update with a title like this. And in this case, that's going to be Rumble and YouTube. Stream description, this is a stream, that's not how you spell stream, stream description. I promise. Smiley face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face. Okay, that is now going to, again, populate where applicable. So, now we've got all these things selected. We're gonna click stream settings, okay? Stream settings right here. You can also populate this stuff in here if you like, but there's important stuff in here that's not available on the normal screen. source pass-through. I'm not super familiar with all of the ins and outs. I'm not a tech guy. I'm just telling you guys how to click buttons here. So public, this is to do with whether or not you want it to be a private video on Rumble, a publicly available video, or an unlisted video where you have to share the link for it, okay? We're going public with this. This is pretty standard stuff. I don't need to waste your time with this. Now, placeholder video, okay? On Rumble, there is the option for a placeholder video to loop before your stream begins, okay? I selected the video that I want for my placeholder video. I have a couple different assets that I've created for this. One has a countdown, another does not. In this case, I'm going to use the one that does not have a countdown because this is just going to loop endlessly as soon as I stream or as soon as I schedule the video. So I don't want to have a timer on here. This one is uploading. Now, depending on the size of your video, this may take a little while. Also, clicking the remove button during this won't do anything, so you're just going to have to wait. If you accidentally clicked the wrong asset, you just got to suck it up and wait a few minutes. So that's what we're doing. Okay, our video is done. There it is. Our placeholder video is in place. Imagine we've got our title, our stream description, our thumbnail, our categories, our video, save changes. This is important. If you make any changes down here to any of this, it will not automatically update. Okay, we're going to change our sad face down here to a happy face, and the save changes option becomes available. Nothing happens until I click that button. Okay, I'll show you more about that in a minute. But first, save changes. Okay, we have a smiley face now in our description. Great. Okay, all of our stream details are in place. Next, we're going to schedule a stream, and this is freaking magic of Rumble Studio. Okay, check this out. Way up in the top left, you're going to click the schedule button. This is for the platforms that allow for scheduling. Again, Twitch does not allow for scheduling, but places like YouTube that I'm pushing to do. Rumble, YouTube, it's going to apply to both. Okay, so we start stream here. I choose the time that I want to go live. Click the date. Then you click the time that you want to do this. Scroll down until you see it. I start at 8 p.m. Okay, there you go. We got the day selected. Schedule stream. As soon as I click this button, it is going to create streams. Rumble Studio has the permissions to do this, to create a stream on YouTube. You do not need to go into YouTube now and set everything all up. As far as the details here were concerned, it will do it for you. Same thing goes on Rumble, okay? We're going to get to Twitch in a minute. So schedule stream. Give a second. Gonna push to everywhere. Okay, there it goes. Excellent. Up in the top left, it'll confirm tomorrow, 8 p.m. is when this is going live. Huzzah, it's coming together. Look, we've done it. Now, say you now go look in your various platforms to check, okay? You're gonna go check out your Rumble live streams. Go back here and go to your content, my content. There it is. Okay, there is our scheduled stream. There it is. That's ready to go. This is gonna push live for tomorrow, okay? This is what it should look like. It says ready to share over on the right side here. Ready to share, okay? If you click on it and go into it, because we just pushed this, there's going to be this. You might run into this if you just push it, okay? Waiting for it to go through its process, okay? It says down here, please wait till your video finishes processing 1%. So you don't want to schedule a stream immediately before you need to go live, but it's still pretty quick. So that is your live stream ready to go. Voila. Next, maybe we pull up YouTube Studio and check what happened over there. This is our live page in Studio. This is the video that was just created using Rumble Studio's setup thing, okay? You can go to edit details. If you want to add additional details here that were not part of the fairly rudimentary Rumble setup, you can, okay? You now can go into here, change your description, playlists, whatever you're gonna do, any tags or things that you want to add, any of these things you want to click through, go ahead, you can do all that here, okay? But that is all in place based on the options that you chose down here. Rumble Studio pushed to YouTube, there it is. You now have your YouTube live stream set up and ready to go. Okay, now say you made a mistake, all right? You said, oh shoot, I didn't mean to title it that. This wasn't night 2, this is night 3. Oh gosh, I've messed it all up. Do I need to delete everything? Do I need to start over? You do not. Okay, you make a change in here. We'll say it's night 3. Actually, no, we're gonna change this whole title. In fact, how to, that's not how you spell that, use Rumble Studio. Now we hit save changes. That will push updates to all of the platforms where the streams were scheduled, okay? Over here, we're gonna refresh this page. The title's been updated. Whatever changes you make there, updated. If you need to change your thumbnail, if you need to change the description, if you need to change your placeholder video, if you need to change your stream settings, all of that can be updated right here, live, okay? Same thing goes for YouTube. Now we're gonna refresh this page over here on YouTube, and the title's been updated, okay? All of this happens right here in Rumble Studio, live in real time. You can change this even while live. and it will push those updates to the platforms where they're schedulable, okay? So that's that. Now you're all set with your settings and your stream is scheduled. Okay, what's next? Twitch. Okay, we've got Twitch. This is my Twitch page. Huzzah. Now, click on your name here to go to your main stream window. This is the placeholder that you've got for your live stream. Okay, here, you're gonna update your title and everything manually. So go into Rumble Studio, copy your title, whatever you had, go back to Twitch, hit edit, change your title, paste. If you need to change the category, if you need to change your go live notification for Twitch, whatever, however it is you're going to change, I have set all of my things to be generic enough that they can apply to all of my videos. So I don't need to change anything out here except the category that I'm streaming to and the title, okay? And if I've got any branded content or whatever else I need to change on this, I can do so. I want to change your tags. All of mine are universal, so I'm not going to be adjusting those, okay? Hit done. This will then update here in a second. There it goes. It's now updated. Now Twitch is ready to go. Okay, that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, from Rumble Studio, you have just set up 3 streams. They're all going to push to the same places through OBS, which is the next thing we're going to look at right here. Can't start stream because relay is not active. What does that mean? That's why I got to show you what happens in OBS first. Once you've got everything set up in Rumble Studio, it's time to look at OBS. Rumble Studio, as we said, says I can't start stream. I'm not receiving any feed. Correct. It is dependent on your OBS setup. This RTMP, this direct RTMP setup that we're using is counting on OBS, all right? It's waiting on cues from OBS to go live. So first thing you've got to do, and this will be a change for you if you're used to pushing directly from OBS to, say, Twitch. Now, clicking Start Streaming will have a different effect than usual, okay? Which is why I'm confident enough to click this right now and not worry that I'm going to go wide on the internet. Check this out. Click Start Streaming. Okay, we clicked Start Streaming in OBS. I'm not live right now. You can go check out my Twitch. There it is. Not live. Nothing's getting pushed. Refresh the page just to prove it to you. Nothing's going on. It's not receiving any feed. This is a difference, okay? Normally, if you're just direct streaming to one platform, you would be live right now. I would be broadcasting because it says streaming. All of the usual things are in place to indicate that I'm streaming, but it's not going anywhere. Why? Because of those stream settings that you just put into place for direct RTMP using Rumble Studio. So we go back here, and you will notice that this has changed. Now, this is highlighted. Now, it no longer says, I'm not receiving a feed. This has also changed. It says connected. This is animated now. You see the Rumble logo in the background, okay? Viewers will be able to find your stream when? Once you go live. That's what we can do here now. So if I now click Start Stream, it will push. It will push through OBS to all of these platforms that you have selected, okay? You can select, unselect, whichever ones you want. But I've got Twitch and YouTube and, of course, Rumble. It's pushing to all of those. Oh, and it's worth saying right here that you only need the internet capacity to push one stream. That bandwidth is only being pushed to Rumble, okay? Rumble is handling the encoding and the pushing to the extra platforms. So this is something that you can do without having crazy fast internet. If you've got enough internet to push to one, you have enough internet to push to wherever Rumble's going to send it for you. So as soon as I click this button up here, it will push to all 3, okay? Okay. They're still working out the kinks as Rumble Studio and the direct RTMP, and all of this is still new, okay? They're making improvements day by day, but there are still some quirks, little pain points that you may run into, and I don't want you to get frustrated the way that I have been, so I'm going to tell you a couple things, okay? 1, sometimes after you've done all the setup that we just went through, you went through all those things, everything looks good, it's go time, you're counting down the minutes here, your people are waiting, so you click Start Stream, and nothing happens. For several seconds, nothing happened, and you go, did it crash? What's it doing? And a red error message pops up on the screen here that looks like this. Something went wrong. Well, please try again later. Okay. Well, click Start Stream again. Same thing pops up. As janky as this sounds, you know what the solution is? Spam this. Spam the Start Stream button. Don't wait. Don't be patient. You just click, 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 click. It tries, click again, it tries again, click again, and it works. I don't know why it works, but it does. Whatever its problem is, whatever its hang up is, it gets over it quick enough. Mash it until it works, brute force it, and it'll take, okay? I've run into several errors like this, and it appears that just spamming the start button fixes it. So save yourself a bunch of trouble, save yourself a bunch of headache. Now you know. Maybe this is something that will change soon. I hope it does. But in the meantime, you have a working solution. And when you're done streaming, when you're finished with your whole stream, you go into Rumble Studio to end, click Stop Stream. This button will have changed to Stop Stream. Click that. Then you go back over. So you're back in OBS. You click Stop Streaming, and then it'll stop pushing anywhere, okay? And you can close everything down with your normal close down procedures. All right, last things about Rumble Studio. This is the dream right here. Live chat. See this? Nothing takes place in here until you're pushing live, okay? You can't interact with it. You can't push anything through it. Nothing will happen until this is live. But once it is, this is something that none of the other multi-streaming things do, okay? I recommend using Rumble Studio if for no other reason than you have a multi-chat baked right in right here, okay? Once I am live, I can click any one of these if I want to selectively push chat to one of them, or I can click all. And if I type in testy testy test and hit enter, if I am live, that message will push first to Rumble, to Twitch, then to YouTube. It will go to all of them. And that's not as important for those of you who don't interact with your chat via typing while you're streaming, but it's incredible for those of you who do. What's more important is that this can be popped out. You pop out this chat, and this is now a URL that you can copy and integrate into your OBS docs, okay? You go into OBS, back over to here, go into your docs, custom browser docs, and you change your Rumble multi-chat. You hit paste. Okay, change out your multi-chat right there, hit apply. Now you have a doc for multi-chat, and that's right over here. Now, any chat that comes in from Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're pushing to, all of the chat gets pushed to right here, which means you, streamer, have a doc right here to look at, and you can see all of your stream chats in one place. This is also the same URL that you can use to create, let me get rid of this right here, make a little more room, to create a browser source for viewers to see as an embed on your stream. As you can see below me, I have this black box right here, Rumble multi-chat right here. Change this to that same URL, paste, apply, on. Now this whole space below me right here has Rumble multi-chat showing, visible. Now, of course, nothing's going on because I'm not live, and you can customize this, get it the size that you want so that your viewers can see all of the chat coming from all of the platforms that you're pushing to. So I've got that embedded on my screen right now. So everybody from Rumble can see everybody's chat from YouTube, everybody from YouTube can see everybody's chat from Twitch, whatever. It's all going to right here. So your chat can see it. You have a custom doc so that you can see it on your OBS Studio so you don't miss any of your chats. That is the dream. Now, there's still some quirks with it. This does not have the chat interaction. You cannot type in this popped out window. I'm given to understand this is something that's going to be changed, and there are people working on solutions for quality of life things that are going to fix this in any case, all right? The size of the chat on here will appear large. Be mindful of this. But this is being improved day by day. Rumble keeps rolling out tiny little improvements here and there, and I have no doubt that this is one of the things that's going to get worked out soon. But you can use this for your embed. You can use it as your custom chat doc in OBS for you to interact with. That's multi-chat. If nothing else, you can use Rumble Studio for just that. For just an embed on your stream, it can push to all these platforms. It saves you manual setup time. Voila, Rumble Studio. Check in the box. Okay, that's all the things. You're now experts. Congratulations, you did it. Hooray. Pat yourselves on the back, etc. Links to the usual things in the usual places. Click them. Likes, shares, whatever. Join the Discord, all the stuff, all the things. The end. Thank you very much.